Hey fellow Guardians, how's it going? This is Kevin Scrimma at Scrimma Games and welcome to Gamers Reality. Today, I wanted to make a somewhat brief video before Shadowkeep. I want to go over some vital and important Destiny lore to enrich your experience on the moon. I'll be doing that first. Then we'll go over some of the early release Shadowkeep video content. When we get to that part, it will contain spoilers. Obviously gameplay on the moon, new weapons, some things like that. So depending how spoiler free you want to be, you can stop watching when I get to that part. So first, lore. Before Destiny 1, there was a time of reclamation where the city set their sights back on the moon. The moon had been occupied by the Hive since the collapse and have made it their home and mating ground, obviously. The city had a meeting about taking back the moon, but Lord Shaxx, with his battle experience, knew this was a bad idea at the time and protested. The council did not heed Lord Shaxx's words. Guardian casualties were high on the moon and the Guardians fled. This time was known as the Great Disaster. Ariana III lost a friend to Crota and wanted revenge. She and 5 Guardians invaded the Hellmouth on the moon. A few notable Guardians included Eris Morn and Toland. Ariana III might have made it to Crota's reality before she was killed by Crota himself. And what happened to Toland? Toland's soul was torn from his body and destroyed by the Death Singer Yut. Since that day, Toland has floated around to guide those who dared to confront the Hive in the darkness. His length of time in this state has made him very knowledgeable, however. Without Toland, we would not have had his guidance on many matters. Quite frankly, I wish he was a character on the tower. I love Toland. And what happened to Eris Morn? Much like Cade, her ghost was destroyed, but somehow Eris escaped. Her sight was lost, but she took it back from the eyes of an acolyte. She survived in the dark Hellmouth for centuries. And remember, she's doing all this without a ghost. Since then, she has helped us defeat Crota and orcs. She's also been seeking out a greater evil since Destiny 1. Is the greater evil the pyramid ships we've seen at the end of Destiny 2 and have had hints of since? Based on what we've seen, there might be a pyramid ship or a ship of the darkness buried on the moon somewhere. This would make sense because during the Golden Age, which was brought on by the very much alive and active Traveler, humanity was attacked by the darkness which ended the Golden Age. So when you see Eris and Toland on the moon, think about that. They're brave and bold enough to be back on the moon where their lives were changed forever. So, from this, you can understand why Eris is the way she is. She's been through a great deal of suffering and pain from that time. She lost her fire team, she lost her ghost, and she's been bound to that pain ever since, and wants to defeat the Hive in the darkness. You can find all kinds of lore like this on channels like My Name is Biff. Now, let's talk about the early release Shadowkeep content. Popular YouTubers and streamers like Dado, Rikakis, and many more played the patrol area, the first mission, and the new strike as a Nightfall early. I know you're disappointed that I don't have my very own exclusive early access video to show you. Believe me, I am too. I'm just a small YouTuber, nobody loves me. He's just a small YouTuber from a small YouTube family, spare him his life. Anyway, I have my own exclusive gameplay from Destiny 1 of being on the moon. For the first time in forever, I popped in Destiny 1, let it update. I have not played Destiny 1 since a few months before Destiny 2. I highly recommend, if you have Destiny 1, to just go to the moon and explore a little bit. I think it's going to enrich everybody's experience, enrich everybody's nostalgia about the moon. And the moon is such a cool area because like somebody from Bungie said, you can look up in the sky and see the moon. The moon has such important history and lore from Destiny's history, and the Hive, like Crota and orcs, were some of humanity's greatest enemies. Orcs was able to take enemies and allies and turn them into the darkness or fill them with the darkness. So based on all this lore and stuff, I expect this to be a major story for Destiny 2. I'm expecting some mind-blowing things to happen. In short, I'm expecting this to be one of the better or best stories in Destiny 2. Here's some footage from Dado. The gameplay on the moon looks amazing. The graphics are great. The music is on point. A lot of the enemies are at a higher power level. Ideally, we'll be able to get to 900, hit the soft cap by turning in all those tokens and stuff, but we shall see. Looks like the minor enemies, the red bars, are pretty strong. We cannot kill them as easily as we once did. We can see that Toland's on the moon. He's there to give knowledge and guide the Guardians there. It's going to be interesting to see if he has a major role there on the moon. We can see red floating figures. I assume these are guardians from the Great Disaster. Why they would be there now when they weren't there when we were on the moon in D1, I'm not sure. It probably involves the Nightmare Darkness thing going on. If you've seen the reload perk from Rally Barricade or Well of Radiance with Lunas, that is not very good anymore. It looks like it's only double the speed of the reload. I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's definitely nowhere near as good as it once was. Nice leaves on your gauntlets, bro. In the video for the Nightfall, Dado and Rikakis, they were using Ariana's Vow. The quote is, "I'll be the last light they ever see, Ariana 3. And remember from the lore, Ariana 3 is the one who wanted revenge on Crota since he killed her friend. She gathered guardians and led an assault on Crota, which did not go well. So this is her hand cannon, which is pretty freaking cool. It's a really strong hand cannon too. It has shield piercing ammunition. It can pierce the shields of those barrier knights. That's going to be hard to tell with the balance changes, the nerfs and buffs, but overall it seems like it's going to be a good hand cannon to use, and everybody gets this hand cannon if you got Shadowkeep almost immediately. The new strike looks really good, looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's always nice to have another strike. There's also the Unstoppable Ogres, which requires an unstoppable shot to fight them. So you have to have that mod or perk on to even do the Nightfall. And Weapons of Light, of course, is back. Looks amazing. I cannot wait to be a Bubble Titan again. Seriously. And before I play Destiny 1 again and go on the moon, I did want to talk about Bungie's TWAB update. Of course, numbers are getting a big squish. You can deal damage to enemies up to 100 power levels higher than you are. Of course, since experience goes to the seasonal artifact and the battle pass now, the experience rewards have been rebalanced, so not sure how much experience we'll be getting from everything. But if you have a bunch of bounties saved up and turned in, I think on one character, depending on the tier level of bounties, you can probably get to at least rank 6 or rank 7 from turning in bounties on one character, not to mention all 3 characters. Speaking of bounties, for any Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit bounties, those are being reset and removed before Shadowkeep, so if you have those completed, if you've been planning on saving those to get XP, just turn those in and get some different bounties. The soft cap is, of course, at 900. Hopefully we can turn in all those tokens or planetary materials and get to 900 pretty quick. The Eververse storefront will be available via the director. Zer's Gear Pull and Faded Engram now include World Drop Exotics from Year 2. Shattered Throne will be available at all times. You can access Black Armory Forges through the director. There will no longer be pinnacle weapons, but there will be ritual weapons now. I understand that they can get too powerful at times, like the Recluse and Mountaintop if there is no reloading involved. The new 3 ritual weapons include Vanguard, Edgewise, Crucible, Randy's Throwing Knife. What kind of name is that? And for Gambit, Exit Strategy. Also, the Fireteam Medallion XP tokens will no longer exist. You can dismantle them to get Bright Dust back. With how XP works in Shadowkeep, it makes sense. Alright, you guys, it is Destiny number 1. Wow, I have not played this since a few months before Destiny 2 came out, because, I mean, when a new game's coming out, I'm like, why am I going to play this one when I'm going to lose all my progress when the sequel's coming out, you know? Look at the Earth, though. It's just so beautiful. This is such a beautiful space. I don't even know how to look at the map. Oh my god, the sound of the sparrow. Seems like a nice shotgun. I remember using this plenty. From what I've seen so far, compared to Shadowkeep's moon, yeah, Shadowkeep's moon's gonna be way better, way larger, way more detailed, way more stuff to do. I mean, I'm here, then I'm like, what to do besides screw around, you know? I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Feel free to like the video. It helps out a lot. I appreciate your support. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of all these changes. Share the video so other Guardians can check it out. And if you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe. You can get more videos just like this. On Tuesday, when Shadowkeep comes out, I'm going to be streaming the game. First day, I'll be streaming on YouTube. After that, I'll only be streaming on Twitch and Mixer. Then I'll be making a video each day, at least until Saturday, during raid day. Of course, as soon as the raid comes out, I'm going to be in there and tackle it. I'm pretty excited for the raid, and I can't wait to explore Shadowkeep's moon. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you next time. Peace.